All right, so I just want to welcome you to the second video of our technician training here at Sunrise Plumbing and Air. My name is Dan. I am your trainer today. All right, today we're talking about building value, particularly building value that matters. And what we're going to do today is we're going to take and learn how to write a building value statement, something that we would share with our customers that's going to benefit their lives. But we're going to customize it down to 4 different types of customers. So we're going to take it to the next level today. And this is what we're diving into. The first session, we talked a lot about what does the new standard look like. This session, we're really going to dive into some of the key foundational pieces out of the new standard that really are going to make a difference in what you do out in the field. So today is all about building value. Here's what's going to look like. We're going to talk about one thing that you're grateful for. So every training session, you should have pen and paper ready to rock. Whether you're alone watching this video, we're training together, or there's a few of you in the room, I want you to jot down what's one thing that you're grateful for. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to talk about a core value, one core value. We're going to talk about why we have core values in our company. We're going to recap the previous session that you just watched. And then from there, we're going to dive into building value that matters. That's the training today. Remember, we're going to do a team exercise. So have a notepad and pen ready to go. We're going to conclude with one key takeaway. You're probably going to get out of your comfort zone, so stay tuned. Let's dive in. Gratitude is the healthiest of all human emotions. The more you express gratitude for what you have, the more likely you will have even more to express gratitude for. So first thing is, you can see I highlighted some of these words. Gratitude not only is a healthy for our body, a healthy lifestyle. It gives us a good perspective. It allows us to have a positive human emotions. But the more you express the gratitude, the more that you'll have to express gratitude for. Meaning that it's all about mindset. The more positive we are, the more we live in the moment and we're grateful for what we have, the more that it's going to help us excel in how we communicate with people, how we serve our customers, serve our families, serve the people around us. And in return, that's going to be reciprocated back to you, sometimes in form of money, and then forms of other things that bring positivity to your life. So let's stop right here. What's one thing that you're grateful for? You can share more, but share one thing that you're grateful for. All right, thank you for sharing. One thing that I'm grateful for is the opportunity to stand here in front of you today and to hopefully give you 1 or 2 things to take away to make you more successful. Remember, I'm here to put more money in your pocket and to make you a better technician, and then better in all areas of your life. So, core values. Why do we have core values at Sunrise Plumbing? Core values are the guardrails that keep us on the path towards our vision. Keep us on the road, keep us from going off to the right or the left and getting distracted. Core values are things that we should check in with often. And today we're talking about teamwork. Teamwork is very important for us here. We accomplish the mission together. If you look over and you look at our mission statement, the first thing it's going to do is it's going to talk about our mission is to set the new standard in the home service industry. So, you know, right away, getting up, in order to create teamwork here, I must be applying these 9 steps that are the new standard to what I do. Because if I do that, I'm going to become more reliable, I'm going to be more successful, and my team is going to be able to count on me. So today is teamwork. Recapping the previous session, let's go through our new standard again. I encourage you to, I know you have this in your service manual. I encourage you to look at all the details, but I like to kind of just run through it. I've been through this new standard a lot. I know it's the key to success. I want you to take these steps and I want you to make them your own. I don't want you to be a robot in front of the customer. I want you to take these and make them your own. But remember, it's all about consistency. So preparing for your day, what are some things that you would do to set yourself up for success and preparing for your day? So a few things you would do is you would get a good night's sleep, eat some breakfast, get up and show up to the shop on time, make sure your truck is filled up, Make sure that it's clean. You're in clean uniform. You have an extra clean uniform in the truck. You got a positive mindset. You're ready to go. You're arriving at the job on time. You're parking on the right side of the road. You're parking in front where the customer can see you. You're never parking in the driveway unless you have permission. You're walking the sidewalk to the house all the way to the point where it's lights, camera, action. We know they have a video recorder on us with their doorbell. It's, you know, we live in that day and time. We knock on the door, we step back, we have shoe covers on, we have our mask on, we have our uniform looking ready to go. We're ready to start building value. When they enter the door, we introduce ourselves as their technician professional today with Sunrise Plumbing and Air. We're here to serve them. We ask to go in the house. We start breaking the ice. We find something in common with them. We compliment on their car out front, or maybe they're hunters or they're fishermen, or there's something that we find in common. We start to build that know, like, and trust factor. Then as we navigate to the issue, we're going to start to build value through the inspection we do, the questions that we ask, which we'll dive more into that in future trainings. But building value should be the meat of what you do in your service call before presenting options. Like, you should spend a lot of your time right here in building value. Because if we do that right, we do a building value statement, we qualify the customer, we get to the table and we give the awesome gratitude statement, we present at least 3 options, and we knock their socks off. We make it hard for them to say no to what we're giving because we're listening to what they want. We're serving the customer. We're providing options that they want, they tell us they want. From there, we go to completing the work. That means preparing the work area, laying down drop cloths, protecting off where we're going to be walking, working, and treating it like it's our own home, cleaning it up better than we found it. You know, making sure we're bringing the customer along with us for the experience. Really educating the customer. Whenever, you know, going through and doing the full home inspection for the friends and family members, or maybe we're just there and we're doing the standard 5-point inspection that we do for every customer. We're creating that opportunity to educate and serve our customers. And then last but not least, we are completing the experience. And that means that we are ensuring the customer is satisfied with the work. We're making it personal. We're asking for the review. We're letting them know how important that is for us and our family and our success as a technician. Closing the job out, communicating with the office, and moving on to our next job. So last session, we talked about why we offer this. The first thing we talked about was consistency. Consistent quality service experience, whether Dan's going out, Joe's going out, Mitchell's going out, or any other technician's going out, that customer knows they're going to get a technician that runs a new standard while they're out at the house. The next thing is, we know this is proven method for success. I know that if you start applying these tools today, yes, they're going to be uncomfortable. Yes, they're going to be weird, especially when you're first using them. But I do know you can produce more money in your pocket and happier customers by running the new standard. The next one is, I already said it, happier customers. You're going to get more 5-star reviews because you're going to be doing things that most people never experience or do. Most customers won't, you know, they're expecting 5-star service, but they're not expecting the new standard 5-star service, which is next level stuff. Then we move on to, you know, number 4, why we do it. It's just a more complete customer experience all the way around, and it ultimately puts more money in your pocket. All right, so that's what we learned in our last session. Well, we're on to building value that matters. And remember when we started, I said we're going to learn 1 or 2 things: building a value statement, and then how to customize it to our particular customer that we're talking to. So first thing I'm going to ask you, get out your pen and paper. What is a building value statement? If you know what it is, just shout it out. What is a building value statement? Next thing is, can you use the same building value statement for all customers? Yes or no? Once you have a building value statement, can you use the same one for all customers? So going back to number 1 here, what is a building value statement? A building value statement is just a sentence that explains, you know, to the customer, by hiring me at Sunrise Plumbing and Air, here is how it's going to benefit you. It could be things that the company offers that is a benefit for the customer. It could be the things that I do. Maybe it's my experience. Maybe it's my 100, 200 5-star reviews on Google. You know, there's some things that are personal and there's some things that are business related. We just put that into a sentence. It's really simple. And can you use the same one for every customer? The answer is yes, you can, but it's not going to be as effective unless you take and customize some. But I do recommend, like after today, it'd be good that you had just a standard building value statement that you knew right here in your head. Anytime you're in a crunch, you could pull it out and say, hey, the great thing about Sunrise Plumbing is that we offer this, or that you get this. So we'll dive into that. So here you go. Here's an example. Ms. Jones, the great thing about Sunrise Plumbing and Air is that all of our techs are trained weekly, background checked, and licensed. This ensures that you will save time and money knowing the job is fixed right the first time, and that you will always have a tech you can trust in your home. So that's a pretty beefy building value statement. Let me break it down a little bit. So based on this building value statement, what do you think is important to the customer? I highlighted here. Trained is probably important. Background checked is probably important. Being licensed, I would say, is important. You know, all those things equal saving time, which that's how it benefits the customer. They're going to save money, once again, benefiting the customer. And then knowing that they can trust you in their home when you're not there, another great benefit to the customer. So let's keep it rocking. So number one, let's break this down. If I was to think of other things that are important to the customer, they probably told me before I shared this building value statement with them, is that quality was important. If I'm walking through step 4, the new standard, they're probably saying, hey, Dan, you know, like I've hired other plumbers before. I got tired of them because they had to keep coming back and fixing the repair. I really want a good quality repair. Well, that's, you know, I'm going to add that somewhere in here to my building value statement. Maybe they say, hey, I would really want a technician in my home that I can trust, that I can leave here while I go get my kids from school or go to work. Once again, background checked option is a great option for you. Number 3, honesty and integrity. They may say something like, you know, they want to know that the technician's gonna present only what is best for them in the situation. So, you know, having that trust factor, knowing that you're going to be honest with them, showing them that. Maybe it's a repeat customer you've gone back to time and time again, or maybe it's a customer that was referred to you from a previous customer. So what does Sunrise Plumbing and Air offer that adds value to the customer? Let's think about that before I dive into this. What are some things that Sunrise Plumbing and Air, just looking around, what are some things that you think, I mean, you're doing it right now. I would say first thing is probably training. I would jot these down. Training would be one. Warranties, we have great warranties here at Sunrise Plumbing and Air. The friends and family plan, man, a great way to have a relationship with a plumbing and air company that you can trust. And we're locally and family owned. We're local and we're family owned. That plays a big role a lot of times. I know some big companies that are our competitors. A lot of those companies are not local at all or family owned. We have our 5-star service that we're known for. So we have hundreds and hundreds, I think almost 1,000 5-star reviews on Google, you know, so they can go back and check our reviews. And if you're getting reviews as a technician, they can see your name listed up there. Number 6 is we're a core valued centered company. We have our core values like teamwork, like leadership, a lot of other ones in there that really lead to a lot of customers like to see that because they know that there's a good foundation behind the culture of the company. Number 7 is background check technicians. They know that they have people in their home that they can trust. Number 8, we have the best trucks and tools. We're clean, have the best trucks and tools, looking good. Our customer service department answers the phone and they answer it professionally. I can't understate that enough. A lot of companies don't answer their phones, or if they do, they have people who really don't care about offering great customer service. So here are some, there's plenty more we can talk about, but it's good to kind of go through a list and think about all these different things. Maybe think about some things that you offer that could benefit to the customer. And we're going to take some of these things and we're going to build them into a building value statement for today. All right. So always remember, great things never come from comfort zones. let's dive into here. So building value that matters. So what I want to do is I want to split into teams of two. If it's just one of you there, obviously you can't split into a team of two. But if there's more than one, let's split into teams of two and let's write a building value statement for one of four types of customers. And then we're going to share it with the team. So here's where it goes. Like the very beginning, we talked about a building value statement. So let's start there first. What I want you to do is I want you to take your paper that you have, and I want you to maybe highlight or circle some of the things that we had written down that list of what Sunrise Plumbing offers. It was right here. Maybe pick a few things in here and let's make a sentence out of it. It could be 1, 2, 3 of these things. It could be, hey, the great thing about Sunrise Plumbing and Air is that we offer a friends and a family plan. And how that friends and family plan benefits you is it allows you to have priority scheduling. It allows you to have a plumber that you can trust, that you know is going to put you towards the front of the line every time you call. It also allows us to educate you on your plumbing and air system, allowing you to prepare for future repairs if you need them, but just know more about what you have going on. And then last but not least, you get the best pricing. We discount pricing because we're all about building relationships. So I went pretty deep into it, but that's an example of a building value statement. So take off, write your own. I'll give you a few minutes to write that. The great thing about Sunrise Plumbing and Air is we've been around since 2013. So you know that we're an established, locally owned, family-owned plumbing company with almost 1,000 5-star reviews on Google. So you know that you're going to be doing business with somebody who's not only going to answer their phone professionally, that it's going to be there when you need us, but that it's not going anywhere. Hey, great building value statement. Hey, the great thing about Sunrise Plumbing and Air is that we have the best tools and equipment to service whatever needs you have in your home. Great building value statement. That means that when we come out, we're not going to be having to waste your time running back to the shop to find tools. Like we have a camera on a truck. We're ready to camera your lines. We have top of the line ProPress machines to press copper together that makes it quick and efficient for what we're doing. All kinds of things, you know, so you could dive deep into these building value statements. So hopefully you've had time to write one. And once again, I encourage you to have one go-to, one that you always go to. But the next part of this training is we're going to learn how to adapt these to 4 different types of customers. And we've all experienced these different types of customers. If we're adapting them, we're going to find more success in building that value with that customer that we're talking to. So here we go. Customer number 1 is going to be our forever home customer. So just write on your paper, customer number 1. You can go ahead and write forever home customer, number 1 here. This customer said that this is their forever home and they want it fixed by someone they can trust and they want it fixed right. So think about this. If you're going to write a building value statement for number 1, we're going to be talking about longevity. We're going to be talking about warranties. We're going to be talking about reputation. You may be talking about your experience, your quality of work. So I want you to take your paper and just jot down these notes, because here in a minute, we're going to pause the video and you're going to write a building value statement for each one of these customers. Number 2 is a busy professional / family customer. Number 2, they said they are concerned about the time frame. So time is a concern that the job will take because the kids at school and their work, and they want to know if they can leave the tech in the house alone. Once again, there's going to be a trust factor that we need to build there with our building value statement. I'm going to keep it simple, guys. They said they're concerned about time. The great thing about Sunrise Plumbing and Air is that I will be communicating directly with you through text message, letting you know every step along the way, sending you pictures, keeping you up to date to the job. Or hey, the great thing about Sunrise Plumbing and Air is that I will work around your schedule. Meaning, if I got to come back Saturday morning to do this when it's more convenient for you and your family, I will do that. Man, I don't know about you, but if they told me that, I would be pretty impressed. All right. Number 3, the cheap price shopper customer, the one we all love, right? They said they want at least 3 estimates before making a decision, and they're very price conscious. And they are concerned about having to find someone to patch their sheetrock after the job is done. So I see a few different things. We know they're going to want at least 3 estimates. The good thing is you're going to give them at least 3 estimates. Great part of your building value statement. You're going to give them at least 3 options based on what they want. The next thing is, if a customer says, hey, I'm concerned about having somebody patch my sheetrock, a lot of times we can add that, we can hire our own sheetrock repair guy to come patch it just to close the job, just to be able to complete that experience for that customer. But remember, guys, a lot of times customers put up a price concern, and we have to figure out really what is the concern, because a lot of times it's not about price. A lot of times that's just the first objection they're going to be showing you, and that'll be talked about in future trainings. But think about what you could, or what kind of building value statement you can do for number 3. And then number 4 is the new home buyer, customer number 4. They said that they just bought their home, their very first home, and they would like some educating on what to look for. So right away, I'm thinking friends and family, I'm thinking full home inspections. And they're also wanting the trendiest options when it comes to plumbing fixtures. Right away, what can I add as building value? Maybe it's your knowledge, maybe it's the options, the faucets we offer here at Sunrise Plumbing and Air. There's a lot of different things that can go in that area. So once again, we're in teams here, or you're sitting by yourself. I want you to write 4 different building value statements. One's going to be the forever home customer building value. One's going to be for the busy professional / family customer. One's going to be the cheap price shopper customer, and then the other one's going to be the new home buyer customer. Remember that when you share a building value statement, you want to share not only the features, but how it's going to benefit the homeowner. What's in it for me? What's in it for me, meaning what's in it for the homeowner. So let's pause the video now. You have these on your screen. Let's take a few minutes. Let's write these 4 building value statements and keep these in your service manual. All right, so we're at the end of our training today. Remember, the new standard, that is our mission here at Sunrise Plumbing and Air. Also, my goal for every training is that you take 1 key takeaway. So go ahead and share with me, what's 1 key takeaway that you learned in today's training? All right, well, thank you for sharing that. I really encourage you to go out in the field and try these building value statements. You're going to hear key things the customer tells you, if you're really listening, that you can add to your building value statement. And though you may stumble through the first couple, you just got to keep doing it. This is a very foundational tool to you being successful as a home service professional. Little changes, guys, can change everything. That's why I asked for 1 key takeaway, not 5. I want you to make 1 little change to what you do out there. Remember, we are all built for the trades. Thank you a lot, and have a great day.